Rusty doing a treat. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm just kidding. You guys are going to be making mini English muffin pizzas. Can you see the paper? Okay, so on here you have your recipe in front of you. It's going to call for 3 English muffins. This will make 6 halves. 1/4 cup pizza sauce, 3/4 cup shredded cheese, and 3 tablespoons mini pepperoni. Optional. So, here are the ingredients that you will see at the supply table. We have our English muffins, our pizza sauce. It'll probably be in a bowl, all right, people? Mozzarella cheese, and some mini pepperonis. So when you come to the supply table, let's just go over the ingredients really quick. You'll see that there are blanks next to each ingredient. People are going to be writing their names here basically. So you may be writing your name next to pizza sauce while the rest of your team writes your name next to pizza sauce. And then somebody else on your team may be taking the cheese or the muffins or blah, 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 okay? So I'm gonna be getting all of them because I'm the only one on my team. In yellow highlighted are the pieces of kitchen equipment that you're going to need. So if we look at the whole recipe, can you see the whole thing? Okay, ingredients and the directions. In yellow, I have included every single piece of kitchen equipment that you need. Okay, so I already have mine out, so kind of show, I already have all my stuff out. I've got my plate, my cookie sheet, my 1/4 cup dry measuring cup for my cheese because it calls for 3/4 cups, so we know that that would be 3 of those. A tablespoon, liquid measuring cup, small bowl for my cheese, custard cup for something that I can't remember what it is. And then you guys don't have cereal spoons, so you can just use a wooden spoon. So I'll be replacing a cereal spoon with a wooden spoon today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and measure out my ingredients first because that's what you guys will be doing coming up. I'm gonna set this right here so we can see it lovely. Okay, so you guys are gonna be coming up one at a time to get those, okay? So 3 English muffins. I'm gonna grab my plate because it says to take my plate. So if you're responsible for the 3 English muffins, that's what you're taking up there, okay? So I'm gonna get my 3 English muffins. Okay, 1/3 cup pizza sauce, so you need to change that now. And I'm going to be going ahead and taking care of the 1/3 cup on my measuring cup. It's kind of thick and weird. Give it a little shake. I've gone a little over 1/3, so I'm gonna pour just a little bit in. It's very, very thick. Kind of a juggling act. It's not gonna be perfect. So you kind of have to shimmy and shake it to get it down in there so we can see it's at the 1/3 cup mark, okay? It's kind of messy. Next up is the 3/4 cup shredded cheese. So I'm gonna take my 1/4 cup and you guys are gonna have a bowl of cheese. It will make it a lot easier. My hands have been washed, so don't worry about anything there. Of course, you're not eating this today anyway. So there's one. I'm gonna pour it into one of my small bowls. I'm gonna do this 3 times. Kind of making a mess. 2. And 3. I have a couple of little extras, so I'm gonna get those because it was just the way I want them. Okay, next ingredient is 3 tablespoons of mini pepperoni. It says to use 1 tablespoon plus a custard cup. So I've got my custard cup here. And these will be in a bowl too. They're kind of a hot mess too. But here is 1. Now, if you have somebody on your team that's not taking pepperoni, you could take the extra. Your team can have the full 3 tablespoons. Or if nobody's wanting them, you don't have to do it because that's what optional means. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients taken care of, kind of sitting here. Directions Number 1 says to preheat the oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I have already done that. The second step tells us to line a cookie sheet with foil. Now this isn't absolutely necessary, but it might make it easier to clean if we have lined our cooking sheet with foil. So we're gonna try that. Keep in mind I've never made these, so we'll try it. Step 3 says to separate the English muffins in half using fingers or tines of a fork. Place open side up on cookie sheet. Well, I have already taken my English muffins. Mine I bought non-pre-sliced, so I had to go through and actually cut them. Yours are pre-sliced, which means the slice is already there, but you may just have to kind of use your fingers a little bit to separate them. So I'm gonna place them side up here. You can see where I might have like torn a little bit in through here. It gets really thin. If you accidentally tear yours, it's not a big deal. It's still edible. Even if you tear it, it'll still taste the same going down your tummy. People, okay. So I've got those on my plate. So that will feed 6 people. So if you have 4 people on your team, that would be 4 pizzas and then 2 left over for staff members. If you have 5 people on your team, then you have 1 left over for staff members. Okay, next up is to number 4, top each half with a small spoonful of sauce, spread around using back of spoon. So that's where I'm gonna take my wooden spoon. And it seems like not a lot of sauce, but here is the kick. You don't wanna have too much sauce because it'll make it soggy. And nobody likes a soggy pizza. So I'm gonna start just kind of taking the back of my spoon and kind of spreading it around. And I can always go back with extra sauce if I have any left over in my measuring cup. I will go back and kind of fill in. And I think I'm gonna have some left over. I might have gone a little crazy. Ooh, Ava, show Rusty sitting there, so cute. Oh, such a good boy. That's Rusty, you guys. I don't have pictures up of Rusty, so I told you I would show you pictures of Rusty at some point. I'm showing you video clip instead.
And that's Lucy.
Sweet Lucy. Sweet Rusty and sweet Lucy. Okay, so I have kind of gone through, gotten all the goods out of here. That's the perfect amount of sauce. It might be a little too much, but that's okay. If you don't end up using all your sauce, ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Okay, number 5 says to top with 1 to 2 tablespoons of cheese. Guys, I don't care if you are being exact and measuring out 1 tablespoon, or you can just kind of divvy it out. I know that there's some people maybe in your class or on your team that can't have dairy, so they can skip the cheese. So I'm taking a little bit here. Okay, topping. And we're going like this, like so. Oh, this is the perfect amount. It's just kind of worked out lovely. Go back and put some on that one. Almost done here. Okay. Last step with the food part. Number 6, top with approximately a half tablespoon of pepperoni. Well, you could go and try to measure out half tablespoon, or you can just kind of eyeball and just kind of share and share alike. Somebody might not want one, might not want a pepperoni, and that's okay. Oh, that's a funny one. That would be my daughter. She doesn't like the pepperoni. And I go meat free, so I don't like the pepperoni either. So I'm gonna leave a couple of them without pepperoni because I know my daughter and I do not eat pepperoni. So that means I have leftover. That does not mean I pop it in my mouth and start eating them, because that will get you no cooking next week. Because we don't eat in the kitchens. That's unsanitary, and a restaurant would go out of business if they were to see you eating in the kitchens, okay? So I'm just kind of filling in the extra here because we're just making 3 cheese and 3 pepperoni. So these are gonna have a lot. Or you can put them back if you don't want them, okay? Now it says to bake in oven for 5 to 7 minutes. During that 5 to 7 minutes when they're in the oven, don't forget to set the timer, and if you need help with that, I can help you. But once they're in the oven, then it would be a good time for you to go ahead and start cleaning your existing kitchen equipment. Like your plate, like your 1/4 cup measuring cup, your custard cups, your tablespoon, your liquid measuring cup. Just go ahead and start washing those so you can be ahead of the game. Okay, when they're out of the oven, I will be back and we'll chit chat.
Hey there. Do your feet be stankin'? If so, we know that creates a lot of problems. It's a way to lose friends, alienate significant others, or make people regret sitting next to you in the movie theater. Ooh! Well, friends, now there's a cure for us all.
Stank be gone, scratch and sniff foot powder.
Now in 4 cents, pickle, new car, and butter popcorn. One little tickle, and now it smells like pickle.
Stank be gone. Now sold at Walmart, Walgreens, and your local farmer's market.
This is how sweet Rusty is waiting for, oh, sweet Russell, you are so sweet. Do you hear the dinger going off? It means it's about time to EAT. I can't say it because it'll make him start howling, and we don't need that. Right, Lucy? Hi. Lucy likes stuffed animals. So she'll take her stuffed animals and take them over to the stairs. So she's got tons of stuffed animals there because she just kind of does her thing, chicken wing. And then we've got Russell over here too. Super cute. Ignore my messy house, okay, people? So my time on my oven has 40 seconds left. Okay, so now it's time to take them out of the oven. We're gonna open it up. So I come over to the side and I pull and kind of let the air escape without putting my face close to it, okay? And, oh, these look delightful. Heavens to Betsy. Okay, so we're gonna take these out and set them here like that. Push this back in. Did you notice I pulled this out and pushed it back in? Okay, very, very important. And then closing. What's gonna be important from here on out, I told you in your recipe that you needed your tongs, or you could use a turner, a spatula that SpongeBob would say. Looking at these, I think I'm gonna choose to do a turner instead of tongs. You just have to be really careful when you're getting them. This is still hot, and a lot of kids, no matter how old they are, I have noticed will forget that this is hot. So keep an oven mitt to hold it in place when you scoop them out and serve them, okay?